Hello my fashion friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So as someone who makes fashion and styling videos on YouTube, I think that it's not only important for me to just show you guys different styling ideas, outfit ideas, styling tips. I think it's also very important to talk about kind of what goes on behind the scenes and hopefully maybe gain some perspective on fashion in general. Now the reason for this video is because I got a few comments recently on some of my videos, and I'm not here to necessarily defend my fashion choices. I'm more here to just kind of open up the conversation of what's going on in fashion and consumerism and a lot of things that I've been noticing in general. And so some of the comments that I was getting were things like, your fashion sense is so dated, your clothes are old, you wear the same thing over and over again. Someone actually said people in California don't wear what you wear. I'm like, okay. They're stale and I wear the same things over and over again, things like that. And if you've been watching my channel for a while now, you will know that my style, I feel like, is very classic, and I dress for my age demographic. I think I dress appropriate for my age and for my demographic and where I am in life. For those of you guys who have been watching my channel for a while now, the basic message of this channel is pretty much you want to dress your best without having to spend so much money, and you don't have to keep constantly spending money. So for the people that were saying I dress the same every single time, I mean, realistically, think about it. How many people actually dress differently on an everyday basis? And what I mean by differently, I mean like drastically differently, like maneuvering from genre to genre. I mean, there's so many different genres of fashion. There's classic, there's trendy, modern, emo, gothic, girly, bohemian, western. I mean, there's so many different genres of fashion. How many people really fluidly flow through different genres? Everyone pretty much has their go-to style of what they feel like is best for them. So for the most part, people volley in between 2 to 3, maybe even 4 different genres of styling. But I think that for the most part, people kind of have their go-to style. People have the style that they think flatters them the best and they feel the most comfortable in. I think it's very unrealistic for someone to think that someone who makes videos on YouTube, as far as styling is concerned, especially when their job is not to be an influencer, to have all these different genres of clothing to show on camera. It's extremely unrealistic for you to think that me, as one individual person, that I have all across the boards, all these different genres of clothing to show you guys. I mean, if it was my job to be an influencer, I could probably say, okay, you know what, I probably should have different genres in my arsenal and, be able to show you guys different genres based on any kind of situation. But that's very unrealistic, and like I said, I'm not an influencer. That's not my job, so it's not feasible for me to be able to have across the board all kinds of genre in my closet. So you guys have seen my closet. I do film in there from time to time, and although my closet is big, like literally it is big because of its size, but I still think that my closet is very realistic in the sense that I do stick with the genre that I find flatters me the best. I like to pick out a lot of classic pieces. I like to pick out things that I feel will transcend genres, even trends, even, just so that I'm not constantly having to buy something new. Every single day you see hauls pop up on YouTube. It's haul after haul after haul after painstaking haul. It's like there are so many haul videos out there, and I just think it's super unrealistic to constantly keep buying, to have to keep up with the trends, to keep up with the new clothes that come out. Clothes are going to constantly be coming out. New trends are constantly going to be coming out, but it is so unrealistic for someone to keep buying those clothes. It is not financially responsible to keep buying just because you see all these hauls on YouTube every single day. You see these new images on Instagram every single day. It is not financially responsible. I have other responsibilities. I mean, I have a mortgage, not just rent, it's a mortgage. I actually own my own house. I've got bills, I've got food, I've got other expenses, fur babies, possibly even real babies in the future. So I've got things that I actually need to take care of and not just spend all my money on clothes. So I've said this time and time again, I think social media is brainwashing people into having these unrealistic expectations, unrealistic perspectives of what people's closets should look like, about fashion and styling in general. I think that they are promoting unhealthy shopping habits that could be damaging in various aspects of your life, which is why I try to promote coming up with different outfits using clothes you already own in your own closet. And so I just think that's a lot better use of what you have instead of always having to spend money time and time again. I mean, you can wear the same clothes over and over again, but wear them in different combinations so that you have completely different outfits. Yes, they're similar, but they are still different enough that people in everyday life are not going to notice or even remember, but you know that you're utilizing what you have. You know that your money is being put to good use because you're using those clothes over and over again, and you're saving money because you're not constantly having to buy something new. And with that mentality of shopping, 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 it leads you to believe that you're always behind. You're never going to be caught up. Just when you think you've caught up to the latest fashion trend, just when you think you've saved up enough money to buy the latest craze in fashion, and you go ahead and spend that money, well, next week something new is going to pop up, and then you're going to have to save again just to be able to purchase that new trendy item. And so I think that, I mean, if you have the financial means to do that, then of course do so. But if you don't feel like you have to, break the bank, or you have to constantly be shopping to buy something new. You don't have to do that. So my clothes may seem stale or out of style or not on trend, but if you really think about the normal woman's everyday lifestyle, it doesn't require such extravagant pieces of clothing. I mean, are you really brunching every Saturday afternoon? Are you really going to the park on Tuesday afternoon on a sunshiny day and frolicking in the park, taking pictures? Are you so single that you're going out on dates every single weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Do you really have that many nighttime events, that many dinner parties, that many elegant affairs? Do you really have all those things happening all the time that you need a different dress, a different gown, a different suit, different shoes? Do you really have that much going on in your life to where you really need to spend and buy new things every single time? And you can't just repurpose the same dress. You can't just repurpose the same suit. You can't repurpose the same whatever. For the most part, ladies out there, for the most part, we are regular people. We have regular lives. We go to work. When we come home, we go on the occasional date, we go on the occasional brunch, the occasional outing, the occasional soiree. But it's not every single day that we have something so extravagant that it requires a different styling. The average everyday woman works hard for her money. She doesn't have so much disposable income that she could just go out and spend on clothes and shoes. And even if she did, I'm sure that she wouldn't spend it on clothes and shoes, because even for me, I wouldn't even do that. Me being in fashion, even I wouldn't do that. If I had disposable income, I would probably just save it, put it in the bank and save it, or put it towards something that I really need, like maybe a big expense in the house, like if we need something to be fixed or repaired, or if we want to do some remodeling or something, I would put the money towards that. Even I wouldn't just spend it all the time on the latest crazy fashion trends. And by the way, people don't realize how hard it is to actually come up with different outfits to show you guys on these videos. I mean, I can say with 100% accuracy that in all my 2 years of being on YouTube, I have never shown the same outfit twice in terms of the pieces of clothing that I'm using to create an outfit. Yes, the outfits may be similar to each other because I definitely have my own personal style. I have my own go-to genre for sure. They're similar, but they are never the exact same outfit. It is so hard, you guys, to come up with new, different outfits every single time, especially when I'm using the same pieces of clothing every single time. Of course, if I was going shopping every weekend and buying different things, buying different outfits, of course I could come up with very different outfits. But I don't know about y'all, but I want to keep my money. I want to keep my money. And so I have to really make my clothes work for me and go the extra mile. And even though they look similar, they're still different. All these millions of hauls you see on YouTube every single day, all they're doing is showing you guys the new stuff that they bought. Me personally, I think that's a very lazy way of filming videos, because anyone can just go out and buy something and say, hey, I got this, it's cute. Hey, I got this, it's cute. Hey, I got this, it's cute. Anyone can do that. But it really, to me, I think it takes skill to really be able to pair those items appropriately, accordingly, and really talk about why these items go together. Talk about what you can substitute in case you don't have this item. I think it takes a lot of skill to really intentionally put outfits together versus just going out and buying clothes and just showing them on camera. And also, people confuse personal styling and fashion styling a lot. They are not the same, and I think that misconception is probably what prompted the people who made those comments that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I think that's probably what prompted a lot of those comments. I do personal styling. Personal styling is very one-on-one. I visit everyday women like you and me, not influencers, not professional performers, nothing like that. I go to everyday women like you and me, and I go into their closets and do a closet edit. I'll go in there and see what items they need to keep, get rid of, donate, just to see what items can really serve them well in their everyday lives. Or I can go to that same closet and put together different outfits for them that they themselves couldn't think of. Or if you want to go shopping together, I can go shopping with them and pull pieces for them that I think their closet might be missing. And also incorporate, little trends here and there. That is personal styling 101. Fashion styling is more of a performance commercial use, like stylists for TV shows or for movies or commercials, magazines, for influencers on social media, the social media influencers who have millions of subscribers and millions of Instagram followers. That is more of the fashion styling part, and I think for that is more of where you have the latest trends, where you have the most extravagant street style that they want to call it. That's where Fashion Week comes in, where you see all kinds of outrageous trends all put together at once. That is the fantasy of fashion and styling. I'm more of the realistic, brought down version of fashion and styling. Personal one-on-one, everyday women who just want to look good. And most of the time, whenever you see the fashion stylist or whatever, most of the times it's big machines that are behind all those looks that you see. And for the most part, whenever you see looks like that, it's mainly because they want to separate you from your money and hand it over to them. It is a business. That is just straight up facts. All they want to do is showcase you these items in the best light possible to separate you from your money and put it into their pockets. And at the end of the day, my content is not for everyone. It's for a specific group of women who enjoy the way I style, who think that my style is more approachable and more workable and something that they could accomplish in their lives. And even the women who enjoy my content, they don't enjoy every single thing I put out. Rare is the occasion where you have your favorite artists that puts out an album and you like every single song on that album. Rare is the occasion that ever happens. So same thing with my channel. As much as you do enjoy my content, not everything I put out you're gonna like, and it's not for everyone. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm always willing to hear what you guys have to say. If you are a viewer of mine, you know that I'm always interacting in the comments, and then whenever you guys give me a suggestion, if it's something that I think I can do, I normally try to film that video for you guys. So I am listening, but I'm listening to the ones who enjoy what I'm doing and who give me, the appropriate feedback. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to go broke for YouTube. Okay, that's just straight up. I am not going to go broke for YouTube trying to please everyone on the other side of this screen. YouTube does not pay my bills. And, there are fashion trends that I actually do like. Don't get me wrong. I do like fashion trends. Don't think that I'm just someone who is so unwavering and will never branch out and try something new. I do enjoy the occasional fashion trend. However, it is not financially feasible for me to be able to partake in every single trend. Quite frankly, I can't afford it. I'm just going to tell you straight up, I can't afford it, okay? And for those that can, more power to you, but I cannot afford it. I am not rich. I'm not a millionaire. So you have to bear with me as I'm trying to really stretch my dollar, really utilize the clothes that I have. I cannot afford to keep buying new clothes every single day. So since I can't afford to buy these new trends every single day, I just choose to admire those trends from afar. I can appreciate a lot of these trends and say, hey, you know what? She looks really good in that. I probably would look good in that too, but unfortunately, I can't afford it. So that is my mindset. If I can't afford it, I'll admire it from afar and just stick with what I have. And maybe it'll come down in price. Maybe something will happen to where I will be able to afford it. But as we speak now, as I'm speaking to you now, I just simply can't afford it. As much as I love fashion, I'm not going to be a slave to it.